IVM.
Welcome to Absolutely Right. I'm your host Aditi Surana. Do you struggle when it comes to fighting with your loved ones? Do you think if there is a relationship, there will be disagreement? Do you know any couple that does not fight once in a while? Do you agree that a little bit of arguing is healthy for a marriage or even any relationship for that matter? Let's explore all these questions in today's episode. Human mind is a complex machine with some genuinely complicated defense mechanisms. But when it comes to arguing, for some reason people fail and come up with one of these three options. They do either one or all of them. They avoid the arguments as much as they can. They fight back as if they have to win a war, or they walk away in the middle of the argument. Let me set the ground here. All these options are unproductive when it comes to fighting or arguing with your loved ones. If you're new here, let me fill you in. Absolutely Right Friday episodes are designed to create an actionable change. With every episode, we create a worksheet, or as we call it, Friday Fun Sheet, for you to commit to growth and take actions. This is a PDF document that you can download from my website, aditisurana.com/podcast. In my coaching sessions, when people discuss their relationship conflicts with their spouse, parents, family members, friends, or even professional partners, I do not believe them. No, not because I don't trust the people I work with, but because they're mostly being blind and delusional by their own version of the reality. We all do. We all color the entire situation in our opinion. Take a moment to think about it. Do you think you know how to fight? Think of a fight when you are genuinely, utterly, uncontrollably upset with the other person for a reason that was petty or even laughable. Or about that fight where you realized your mistake, but instead of apologizing, which in your head meant accepting defeat, you continued fighting. Or an argument where you crossed the line, stepped on the other person's toe, but you did not do anything to make up for it. I know what you're thinking. But what about the other person, Aditi? He or she shouldn't have done what they did. They were immoral, abusive, out of their line. What about that? Probably they were. Probably they shouldn't have said or done what they did. But if you want to change the way you feel in your relationship, then you need to make different choices. And whether you like it or not, you can only and only decide what you should or shouldn't do. We cannot choose what other people must do. So if you want to learn how to argue or fight better, start taking responsibility of your part and changing it right away. Let me give you a common example. You're carrying a heavy bag and walking down the street with your spouse. You expect them to help you with the heavy bag, obviously. But instead, they stand back and make jokes about how you're holding that bag incorrectly. Very common. If you have been in any relationship, you know this argument is about to get into more than a bag and a lot to do with the person's characters, behavior, love, care, all of that in it. The style we can call one person's ignorance of other person's expectation. You can fill any situation here. So here is how we fight or argue wrong. First, number 1, you don't speak up and eventually start sulking. Stop. Do not take too long to tell the other person how you feel or what's going wrong. The longer you sulk, the deeper it grows. Point number 2. Now your spouse is kind of confused about why are you behaving in this manner. They can feel and see that you're cold or upset, but they don't know what exactly went wrong. Eventually, they either start pandering to you or they start sulking themselves. In both cases, you're still upset. Now here is the problem. The longer you wait, the faster your mind starts opening all those old files where your spouse has been an inconsiderate person. Remember how he did not help you with the cleaning in the lockdown? Or how she made you wait for so long and didn't inform you and you had to cook and go hungry that night? We just pile up all the issues to justify our behaviors and make our case stronger. Point number 3. We start talking even though we are still upset and our issues in our minds are unclear and unresolved. If at any point you start discussing the matter without being actually calm, you will end up saying things that you will regret. Point number 4. If you hold your upset too long, you get into this undesirable mode of attack. Now, you want to hurt the other person to win the argument. This is a space where ego comes in and things become messy. You forget that you're actually fighting with someone you genuinely love and respect. You turn into this unstoppable vendetta. Your inner dialogue turns in somewhat like this: I must punish if I'm hurt. Otherwise, how will he learn the lesson? This is unacceptable. I do not deserve this. I didn't see this coming. What is this? This is unbelievable. How is this even love if she or he does not understand this much about me? I'm too good to compromise. I don't need this person in my life. This is my basic minimum. I'm not going to compromise. Otherwise, what's the point? Now, this is a path of no return. Unfortunately, we all behave in a proper and kind manner to the outside world, but we'll end up hurting and damaging the ones we love the most. It is unbelievable to see how something said in a heated moment or in a drunk conversation takes months and months to reverse. We don't do this because we intend to hurt the other person, but we do it mainly because we do not have correct tools or methods. It is not that we are incapable, but we are unequipped. So my request to you is, please listen to these following 5 points and ponder upon them. Think of them before you get into an argument the next time. Share it with somebody who is dealing with these kind of fights or arguments on a daily basis and feeling bogged down. So point number 1. What is the issue at hand? Always focus on the issue at hand. Not what happened in the past, not what may happen, but what is the issue at hand. If you have a habit or tendency to go way back and think about past references, then start to write down the issue at hand before you approach the discussion on a piece of paper. Please be clear about what is exactly bothering you. Point number 2. Focus on what is wrong and not who is wrong. The opponent is still the person you love and respect. I know it is difficult to remember, especially when you're feeling all angry, but do not go for the kill. Remember that your objective is to make your point and not hurt the other person. Just to refer to the example that we were discussing, if you want your spouse to be considerate the next time you are carrying a bag, talk about that and not about how he or she is a useless person, which ends up happening most of the time. Point number 3. Your answer is not the answer, is not the only answer. With all due respect, you might feel that your solution is the best solution. But wait, that cannot be the only solution to the problem. Not following your preference, your decision, your wisdom might be upsetting for you, and it is understandable from your perspective. But that is not the only way to solve the problem that the person is into. Point number 4. Reminder, you still love them. Let the person know in some or the other manner that you value and appreciate them, even though you do not agree with some of their behavior. This allows the other person to see your perspective without being egoistic and defensive. Point number 5. State how you felt without describing their character. This is a tricky one. I rarely see people do this. Focus on your feeling and your experience, but do not get into describing the other person's character. Say I felt unsupported and not that you're careless. Say I felt ignored and not that you do not love me. By doing this, you are encouraging the other person to be responsible and actually take a deeper look into their own behavior and make a change if required. If you want to change the way you feel about your relationship or in your relationship, then you need to be the one who's willing to change. It might not sound fair at this point in time, keeping in mind your resentment or your anger. But remember, the only person you can choose for is yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Absolutely Right podcast. Please share this episode with anybody who is struggling with constant fights and arguments with their loved ones. We all require to talk about this. I see so many people suffering and dealing with the same problem and same patterns almost every day. Let's change the way we think about these problems to create the shift. Share your experience and send your questions to me on my Instagram handle @AditiSurana. Next month, we are starting a monthly group coaching program, an online module created to deal with many issues like these at a deeper level. To know more about this course or other graphology-based modules that we offer, you can visit the website aditisurana.com. If you like this podcast, then don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Let's connect on Wednesday. Till then, happy writing!
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Intel, for supporting us. Great week on the network. If you haven't been listening, why haven't you been listening? You should be listening. Rohan Joshi was on Uncle Please Sit, discussed the toxicity of the Indian pop culture. Really fun conversation to listen to. Rajiv Samant, the founder of Sula Wines, was on Cyrus Says. Again, I think that was a fun conversation. Also want to call out the season finale of Yuddha. Yuddha is our military history podcast. Definitely do check that out. It's a really great listen. And finally, I want to just remind you all that, it's a dark time, but if you need a smile, go check out the Smile India podcast by Shifa Mehta. It's in both English and Hindi, and I think that you will really enjoy the kinds of things that she's talking about there. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.